If you've ever been to Japan, particularly Tokyo, you'll notice a very heavy French influence everywhere, in their architecture, fashion, design, and especially food. That's because in 1907, Japan and France signed a Franco-Japanese treaty that began a century-long cultural exchange. One product of this exchange are the Japanese boulangeries/patisseries, which are French-style bakeries that sell baked goods with a twist. They make traditional French pastries, but adapted to a Japanese palate with flavors like red bean, matcha, sesame with tapioca, strawberry yogurt, and mango. But if you're a traditionalist, you can get straight-up classic pastries too. These patisseries became hugely popular in Japan when that country underwent an economic boom in the 70s and then spread to other westernized Asian countries like South Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong when they underwent their economic boom in the 80s. One of the more popular chains is Paris Baguette, with over 3,300 locations all across South Korea and 57 here in the United States, including this one here in Mountain View. There's a method to this madness, so come with me. This is all self-serve, so normally you would grab a tray, put a wax sheet down, grab a pair of tongs, and put your pastries there. But, you know, COVID. So we're gonna go with the takeout option, and we've got boxes here, and your wax sheets. Today, I'm gonna get one of my all-time favorites, Kare-Pan, which was created in 1927 at a small bakery in Japan called Aptly, and it was popularized during the 70s when there was a huge boom of patisseries happening. And it's so ubiquitous today that you can even find it in all of the konbinis across Japan. Take a look at that. The proportion of filling in here is just right, so you get the right amount of curry and bread in each bite. The curry in here is vegetarian for those with dietary restrictions. They start with a traditional French roux of butter and flour, and then add in the curry spices, which include turmeric, cumin, coriander, fenugreek, fennel, cinnamon, ginger, star anise, allspice, cardamom, cloves, bay leaves, and then for kakushiaji, or contrasting taste, some sweet flavors like honey, vanilla, chocolate, and apples and other fruits. The curry is then spiked with little bits of vegetables like corn, carrots, and potatoes, which is very Japanese. Unlike Indian or Thai curries, Japanese curries are really mild and kind of thick, like stew. And if it's been cooking for quite a while, nicely starchy with all the potatoes melted in there. I do love this curry with its sweet, earthy taste, but the genius in this pan has got to be the bread. The crust has been perfected, nice and golden and crispy without being too crusty, if you know what I mean. See how springy the bread still is? Perfection.
If you don't like curry, there's also a creamy crab pan, flavored with aioli and a dash of mustard and lemon.
So the pan costs a little over $3. And the good news is, if you live in South Korea, or one of the 57 cities that a bakery is located in, you can get your hands on one. So on a scale of 0 to 10, it's a solid 9 in my books. And if it weren't for the fact that it was so fattening, I'd probably eat one every day. It's cheap, it's filling, it's rich, and oh so carby. My bucket list item is to make it to Catelli one of these days and try an original for comparison. But that's another video for another day. Until then, that does it for today's Fun Food Adventure, people. See ya.